Imagine this. You've finally embarked on that long-awaited dream vacation. Everything seems perfect until it's not. Suddenly, an unexpected encounter leaves you feeling bewildered, possibly lighter in the wallet, and with a tarnish on that perfect trip. Scams like these can turn a dream getaway into a less than pleasant memory, and unfortunately, seniors are often the prime targets. But why are seniors more susceptible? It's a mix of factors. Perhaps the perception of wealth amassed over years, their courteous nature, or maybe it's simply because they aren't as tech-savvy, making them seem easy prey for digital deception. This video is here to change that narrative. We're diving deep into 45 scams you need to know about, arming you with the knowledge and tools to guard against these pitfalls. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay informed and share this wisdom with other travel enthusiasts in your life. It's crucial to be aware of the many scams that could ensnare you before you even step out of your door. Navigating through this maze of deceit can be daunting, especially for seniors. Before embarking on your next adventure, it's crucial to be aware of offers that may seem too good to be true. In recent years, fake vacation packages have become a common scam targeting eager travelers. These enticing offers often promise free or heavily discounted trips to lavish destinations. However, there's usually a catch, an upfront fee that unsuspecting travelers are asked to pay immediately, leading to a financial loss with no vacation in sight. These scams prey on our desire for a bargain, offering everything from luxurious cruises to all-inclusive resorts, but delivering nothing but disappointment. To protect yourself, it's essential to stay vigilant. Always verify the credibility of the offer by researching the company or agency proposing the deal. Websites like TripAdvisor and the Better Business Bureau can provide reviews and insights from other travelers. Trust your instincts. If the deal appears suspiciously generous, it likely is. Remember, reputable travel agents and companies will never pressure you into making hasty decisions or demand upfront payments without delivering a detailed and transparent itinerary. Keeping these tips in mind will ensure that your vacation memories remain joyous and stress-free. Imagine this. You're planning the trip of a lifetime, and a friendly voice on the other end of the line offers you a dream vacation package that seems too good to pass up. Their website looks professional, their testimonials rave with positivity, and their promises are enticing. However, behind the facade, these phony travel agents are experts at weaving a web of deceit. They dangle impressive itineraries at unbeatable prices, prying into your personal details and finances, all while ensuring that your dream trip remains just that. A dream. These scams often end in lost money and, worse, potential identity theft. With such charm and persuasion, it's crucial to see through their guise before parting with any hard-earned savings. Before you entrust anyone with your travel plans, double-check their credentials. Use a fine-tooth comb to review their business name, check for proper licensing, and search for reviews outside their own website. Safeguard your personal information by using secure methods for any transactions. Never wire money directly or give out sensitive details over the phone. Rely on well-known, reputable travel agencies, or better yet, book directly with airlines and hotels whenever possible. Ensuring these steps can shield you from being swept up in the wiles of phony travel agents, allowing for a worry-free and enjoyable travel experience. Remember, your journey begins at home, with thoughtful planning and a cautious approach. Are you considering selling your timeshare before embarking on your next adventure? Beware of timeshare resale scams that have become an alarming trend targeting experienced travelers like yourself. Often, these scams promise a quick and profitable resale of your timeshare, requiring an initial fee to proceed. Once paid, they disappear into thin air, leaving you with no sale and a financial loss. Many seasoned travelers have fallen into this trap, lured by the appeal of getting rid of unattended burdens before exploring the world with newfound freedom. It's vital to remain cautious and verify any company promising to handle your timeshare resale with favorable terms. Take, for instance, the experience of a retired couple from Arizona who, excited to hit the road in their RV, decided to sell their timeshare. They received a call from a seemingly legitimate company offering to take care of the resale process for a small upfront fee. Eager to fast-track their plans, they agreed. Weeks went by without any update, phone calls went unanswered, and it soon became clear they'd been scammed. This frustrating ordeal left them wary but wiser, prompting them to always consult with trusted resources or legal advisors before making financial commitments. Scammers thrive on the desire for convenience, so staying informed and skeptical can safeguard you against such deceitful practices. Traveling brings the promise of new experiences, relaxation, and the joy of discovery, but not every opportunity you encounter before hitting the road is legitimate. Picture this. You find a charming vacation rental online, complete with stunning photographs and rave reviews. It seems too good to pass up and suddenly feels like the perfect choice for your adventure. Unfortunately, some of these listings are nothing more than a sophisticated trap for unsuspecting travelers, especially those older and more experienced. Scammers craft fake rental listings, often posting them on reputable sites to gain your trust. Once hooked, they'll entice you into making what seems like a standard rental payment, only for you to find out the rental never existed at all, leaving your pocketbook lighter and your trip plans in disarray. To guard yourself against such deception, staying vigilant is key. Start by double-checking the listing on multiple platforms to ensure consistency. If it's legitimate, you'll find the same details across reputable sources. Most importantly, always conduct thorough research on the property owner or manager. Look for verified reviews and reach out to them directly for confirmation. Even minor inconsistencies in contact information or rental details should serve as red flags. Trust your instincts and don't rush into any payments until you're entirely confident in the authenticity of the listing. Taking the time to verify each step not only helps safeguard your finances, but allows you to enjoy your travels with the peace of mind you deserve. Robocalls and text scams are becoming more sophisticated, preying on the excitement surrounding travel plans. Often, you'll receive a seemingly personalized call or message offering an irresistible deal on airfare or accommodations. These offers boast major discounts and perks, pressuring you to act quickly before the opportunity slips away. It's important to remember that these offers often aren't what they seem. They're calculated lures designed to capture your personal information or financial details, leaving you stranded and out of pocket. Take the story of Jack and Eleanor Thompson, a retired couple from Florida who were planning their long-awaited European adventure. They received a call from someone claiming to be their credit card company, offering an exclusive package for frequent customers, a 2-for-1 cruise deal that seemed too good to pass up. Excited, they followed the instructions, providing details to secure their booking. It wasn't until they arrived at the port, luggage in hand, that they realized their tickets were fake. The disappointment and financial hit were significant, serving as a reminder to always verify the source before proceeding with seemingly unbeatable offers. Another trap that older travelers should be particularly wary of is bogus airline websites. These fraudulent sites are crafted with a disturbing level of accuracy, replicating the look and feel of legitimate airline platforms. They aim to lure unsuspecting travelers into unwittingly providing sensitive information such as credit card numbers, all in the excitement of booking that perfect getaway. Take the story of Joan and Harold, a retired couple from Ohio. Eager to visit their daughter in New Zealand, they stumbled across what appeared to be a fantastic flight deal online. The site seemed genuine, adorned with recognizable airline logos and an alluring user interface. Enthusiastically, they booked their tickets, only to later discover the website was nothing more than a digital facade. Not only were their travel plans disrupted, but their credit card details were potentially in the hands of scammers. This experience is a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance when booking flights. Be sure to double-check website URLs and always look for signs of authenticity, like the small padlock icon in the browser, before entering any personal information. Navigating the excitement of travel preparation can be exhilarating, but there's a sneaky scam waiting to catch you off guard right before you embark on your journey. It's all about the dreaded emergency grandchild call. Scammers, with a chilling flair for impersonation, will pose as your beloved grandchild, feigning immense distress from a so-called travel emergency. These con artists spin a tale so convincing that it can shake even the most discerning among us. Often, the call starts with a resolving voice. "Grandma, it's me." The urgency in their voice is palpable, appealing directly to your protective instincts and sense of loyalty, urgently begging for money to be wired immediately to resolve life-threatening situations like lost passports or severe accidents. Consider what happened to Alice, a spirited septuagenarian from St. Louis, who experienced this deception firsthand. Just days before her anticipated cruise around the Mediterranean, she received a panicked phone call late in the evening. The person claimed to be her youngest granddaughter, recently robbed during a school trip in Peru, requiring Alice to transfer funds for the hospital bills and a ticket home. Despite the initial shock, Alice's intuition told her something didn't quite add up. A quick call to her daughter confirmed her suspicions. Her granddaughter was safely at home, nowhere near South America. This story underscores the importance of verifying the caller's identity, no matter the urgency of the situation. These scams aim to capitalize on our emotions, but with a steady heart and a clear head, you can safeguard your travel plans and finances from unexpected threats. Another scam to be wary of are fake booking confirmation emails. These cleverly crafted emails often masquerade as legitimate confirmations from well-known travel companies, but they are wolves in sheep's clothing. They may look authentic, with logos and booking details that seem legitimate at first glance. However, within these emails lie harmful links aiming to download malware onto your devices or to gain unauthorized access to your personal and financial information. Clicking on these links can compromise your security before you even step foot on a plane. Consider the story of Harold and Margaret, a couple from Ohio who were eagerly anticipating their Mediterranean cruise. Days before their departure, they received an email confirming their travel package, supposedly from the company they booked with. Trusting the email, Harold clicked on a link to check their itinerary, only to find their laptop flooded with malware, which nearly derailed the couple's plans. Fortunately, with quick thinking and expert help, they resolved the issue, but not without anxiety and inconvenience. Remember, always verify emails by directly contacting the travel company through official websites or phone numbers you trust. Avoid clicking direct links in unsolicited emails. A common deception that many older travelers face is the travel-related sweepstakes or lottery scam. This scam begins with a seemingly exciting notification claiming you have won a lavish vacation. However, this offer of a dream getaway quickly turns sour when you're asked to pay taxes or fees up front to claim your prize. Such requests are designed to lure unsuspecting individuals into parting with their money under the guise of fulfilling a legal obligation, but in reality, there's no prize waiting at the end of the transaction. Consider the story of Angela, a retiree who received a call claiming she had won a luxurious river cruise through Europe. The caller sounded credible and offered delightful details that made the prize seem legitimate. Overwhelmed with excitement, Angela was told she only needed to cover a small processing fee to secure her spot on the exclusive trip. Trusting the caller's assurances, she transferred the funds, only to never hear from the so-called travel agency again. It was a hard lesson, reminding us all to be cautious of enticing offers that seem too good to be true. Protect yourself by always verifying the legitimacy of such notifications directly with the supposed company, and remember, a real prize won't ask you to pay to claim it. As you prepare to embark on your journey, it's crucial to keep an eye out for online currency conversion scams that may try to take advantage of potential travelers. These scams often rely on enticing advertisements that promise unbeatable exchange rates, drawing you into their web with deals that seem too good to miss. However, behind these offers lie fraudulent websites seeking to swindle your money with deceptive rates that are far removed from genuine market values. The allure of saving money can be strong, but it's essential to remain vigilant and do your homework before engaging in any online transactions related to currency exchange. To protect yourself from such scams, it's wise to stick to well-established and reputable financial institutions that are known for their transparent rates and trustworthy services. Always cross-check the rates offered with multiple sources, and be wary of platforms that require you to provide sensitive personal or financial information upfront. Remember, security and peace of mind are paramount, so make sure the website's security features are up to date, such as having a secure payment gateway and encryption. By taking these precautionary steps, you can ensure that your funds are safeguarded, giving you one less thing to worry about as you embark on your travel adventure. As you're navigating the hustle and bustle of an airport, eager to reach your travel destination, it's easy to let your guard down amidst the excitement and chaos. But even in the structured environment of an airport, Scams abound, targeting unsuspecting travelers, particularly seniors who might be less familiar with the rapid pace of today's travel hubs. From impersonators in uniforms to the seemingly helpful porters and misleading Wi-Fi setups, each scam is crafted to sneakily part you from your money and valuables. Imagine arriving at your destination after a long flight, eager to stretch your legs and collect your luggage. You're greeted by what seems like a helpful airport official, complete with a uniform and badge. With a friendly smile, they explain a new security fee or additional baggage charge that has just been implemented. It all seems so official, and trusting the authority of their uniform, you hand over your payment, relieved to have navigated the process smoothly. Only later, perhaps at your hotel, do you discover that no such fee exists and it was all a charade. Such scenarios are unfortunately common at airports around the world, where imposters exploit the trust that many have in uniformed personnel. For instance, a couple traveling through an unfamiliar airport found themselves approached by a man dressed in what appeared to be airport security attire. He informed them of a new international regulation fee that they needed to pay to exit the terminal. Unaware of the scam, the couple obliged, only to later learn from actual airport staff that they had been deceived. It's a stark reminder to remain vigilant and question unexpected fees, seeking confirmation from official airport information desks when in doubt. By taking a moment to verify, seniors can protect themselves from falling victim to these unscrupulous schemes. Imagine you're walking through the bustling airport terminal, bags in tow, when suddenly, someone in front of you drops a pile of papers or a personal item. Instinctively, your kind-hearted nature kicks in, and you pause to lend a hand. While you're focused on assisting, unbeknownst to you, a second individual subtly and skillfully relieves you of your valuables. This well-orchestrated distraction, often referred to as the dropped item scam, is a ploy designed to take advantage of an individual's innate urge to help. As seasoned travelers, the key is to balance kindness with vigilance. If you encounter such a scenario, it's perfectly acceptable to offer assistance, but take a moment to remain aware of your personal belongings. A simple practice of keeping your bags close to you and zipped up can go a long way. Additionally, wearing a money belt or using anti-theft travel accessories can serve as an added layer of protection, ensuring you can continue your journey without any unwelcome surprises. By staying aware and prepared, you can outsmart the scammers and keep your travel experience as enjoyable and seamless as possible. Navigating the hustle and bustle of the airport can be overwhelming, especially when dealing with heavy or unwieldy luggage. This is when a friendly face steps in, offering to help with your baggage that's just inconveniently malfunctioned like a broken wheel. With their smile and seemingly generous gesture, they ease your burden and guide you to your next destination inside the airport. While it may seem like a blessing, this act is actually a common ploy aimed at taking advantage of your goodwill and patience, especially amidst the often chaotic travel environment. Once the task is complete, the helpful stranger unexpectedly asks you for a tip that's shockingly high, creating an uncomfortable situation. The supposed goodwill turns into pressure, and you're left feeling obliged to pay up. To safeguard yourself from this scam, always be cautious of unsolicited offers of help, and rely instead on services or staff who are affiliated with the airport. Remember, trustworthy assistance is often within reach, so you can continue your journey with confidence and peace of mind. As you navigate the hustle and bustle of an airport, staying connected can feel like a lifeline. However, not all Wi-Fi connections are created equal. In fact, some of them are traps set by scammers, hoping to access your personal information. It's all too easy to unknowingly connect to an unsecured network that seems legitimate at first glance. These cybercriminals can then intercept your data, gaining access to sensitive information that could lead to identity theft or financial loss. To protect yourself, always verify the network name with airport staff before connecting, and use a virtual private network or VPN for an added layer of security. Disable any automatic connection settings on your devices, ensuring you have control over what networks are joined. Remember, while the convenience of free airport Wi-Fi is tempting, your personal data safety is far more valuable. Stay informed and cautious, making wise choices to safeguard your sensitive information while traveling. Another scam to be aware of is a growing scam known as the SIM card switch. This deceptive maneuver involves a scammer cunningly distracting you long enough to swap out your phone's SIM card. Such an intrusion not only compromises your device's security, but can also lead to a breach of your personal privacy. Imagine you're momentarily turned away from your belongings, perhaps fiddling with your luggage or checking your boarding pass, and in an instant your phone is tampered with to expose sensitive information. It's best to keep a vigilant eye on your belongings, especially when strangers initiate conversations or seem overly interested in helping you. Picture this: Jane and her partner were about to enjoy their trip to Rome when a friendly fellow traveler struck up a conversation at a cafe near their gate. Engaging and seemingly harmless, he pointed out a spill on the floor near Jane's feet. In the brief seconds it took for her to glance down, the traveler's accomplice deftly switched her SIM card, leaving Jane unaware until crucial messages and calls stopped coming through upon arrival. Eventually, the couple discovered odd transactions and unauthorized calls appearing on their phone bill. This scenario underscores the importance of continuous awareness of your surroundings, especially in busy airports where many distractions can cloud your vigilance. Traveling through busy airports can be a challenging experience, and let's be honest, a little help with those heavy bags seems like a blessing. However, be cautious of overly enthusiastic porters ready to assist. These individuals may approach you with a friendly smile, appearing to offer a helpful hand. But once they have your luggage, you'll find they won't return it without expecting a hefty tip in exchange. While genuine airport staff are happy to help, these imposters are exploiting the kindness and patience of travelers who merely want to ease their journey. To protect yourself from such situations, it's important to stay aware and assertive. Politely refuse unsolicited offers from strangers, and whenever you need assistance, seek out uniformed airport personnel or official information desks. Most airports have signage to guide you to reliable resources, so don't hesitate to use them. Remember, maintaining control of your belongings is key to preventing unwanted situations, allowing you to navigate your travels with confidence and peace of mind. The rise of digital transactions and smartphone conveniences has made travel more seamless. However, it also opens up avenues for unscrupulous individuals to take advantage. One such method, which is becoming increasingly common, involves the use of QR codes. You've probably seen them around, those square codes that can be scanned with your phone to access special deals or information. Though undeniably convenient, they can also pose a hidden threat. Cybercriminals are placing fake QR codes in airports that, when scanned, redirect unsuspecting users to malicious websites. These can compromise your device's security, steal personal data, or even install harmful software without your knowledge. Let me share a story about this. Liz, an avid traveler in her late 60s, was making her way through a busy international terminal. As she searched for information on a local sightseeing tour, she noticed a QR code stuck onto what appeared to be an official tourist information board. Liz, always one for trying new technologies, eagerly scanned the code with her smartphone. Almost instantly, her phone began acting erratically, displaying unfamiliar notifications and requests for odd permissions. Luckily, Liz acted quickly, shutting off her phone and seeking help from airport security, who informed her about the growing concern of QR code scams. Thanks to her prompt action, Liz avoided serious issues, but the experience served as a cautionary reminder to always be vigilant and double-check any QR codes for authenticity, especially in places as bustling as an airport. Imagine you're standing in the bustling terminal, eager to embark on your next adventure. Suddenly, voices rise in tension, pulling your attention towards a heated argument between a couple of strangers. The commotion is hard to ignore, echoing across the crowded space. This quarrel isn't just a random encounter. It's a carefully crafted performance designed to distract. While you're understandably focused on the drama unfolding, nimble fingers could be inching closer to your belongings. Savvy travelers, particularly those who have seen the world evolve over the decades, know that appearances can be deceiving. The key here is awareness. Airports, with their whirlwind of activity, unfortunately, serve as prime grounds for these acts of deception. In these situations, keep your guard up and maintain an eye on your bags, no matter how captivating the scene. Understanding these tactics is your best defense, ensuring your journey remains a joyful memory instead of a costly lesson. As you navigate the bustling corridors of an airport, it's easy to become distracted by the multitude of sights and sounds. This sometimes opens the door to opportunistic scammers, who are more than willing to take advantage of unsuspecting travelers. One such scam involves the offer of a seemingly free gift or sample. Picture this. You're strolling through the terminal when a friendly individual approaches you, offering a beautifully packaged gift. With a warm smile, they insist it's just a token of hospitality, or a promotional giveaway from a local business eager to share a little piece of culture. However, the moment the gift is in your hands, the atmosphere changes. Suddenly, that friendly demeanor turns into something much more aggressive, as they demand payment for the item they assured you was entirely free. A traveler named Grace was flying to visit her grandchildren. She encountered this scam when a young man handed her a small bottle of what appeared to be luxurious lotion, claiming it was a new brand seeking feedback. Feeling delighted, she accepted the gift, thinking of sharing it with her daughter. But the moment she took it, the man insisted she pay for it, claiming the price was printed on the packaging. Bewildered and a bit flustered, Grace found herself negotiating for an item she had no intention of purchasing. She managed to walk away without paying, but the experience left a bitter taste, making her wary of unsolicited gifts in the future. As you travel, remember Grace's story. Accepting anything unsolicited can sometimes come with hidden, unwanted costs. As you step off the plane and head towards your destination, excited for the adventures to come, there's one last hurdle to consider: getting from the airport to your hotel. This is where many travelers, especially those less familiar with their surroundings, can fall prey to taxi or rideshare overcharge scams. Imagine being told by a seemingly friendly driver that the meter is broken, with no way to verify this yourself. Alternatively, you might find your route winding endlessly through unfamiliar streets, a seemingly scenic journey that turns into a lengthy and expensive ride. Unfortunately, some drivers take advantage of your unfamiliarity, exploiting the opportunity to hike up the fare. To guard against this, always confirm the price or fare before embarking on your journey, especially if the idea of haggling is unfamiliar to you. Use reputable rideshare apps that provide fare estimates before you even get into the vehicle. It's also wise to keep a map app handy on your mobile device, allowing you to track your route in real time and ensuring you aren't led astray. By staying informed and prepared, you can ensure that your journey begins and ends on a high note, free from unnecessary stress or unexpected expenses. Remember, a little vigilance goes a long way in keeping your travels worry-free. Now that we've explored potential pitfalls before you even set out on your journey, and potential pitfalls while at the airport, it's crucial to consider what lies ahead once you reach your destination. The allure of a new city, the vibrant energy of bustling markets, and the inviting charm of local attractions can sometimes overshadow the lurking threats that await unsuspecting travelers, particularly seniors. From deceptive offers and fake authorities to cunning sleight-of-hand tactics, being well-informed is your best defense against those who would exploit your trust and goodwill. As you savor the vibrant sights and sounds of your travel destination, it's important to stay alert to a certain street scam that preys on unsuspecting visitors. Picture a charming square bustling with tourists, and as you leisurely stroll through, a seemingly friendly face approaches, bearing a warm smile and a colorful handcrafted bracelet. They swiftly tie it around your wrist, speaking of friendship and good fortune. Before you know it, they demand payment, turning a momentary interaction into an uncomfortable and pressured situation. It's a classic tactic designed to catch you off guard, where the initial gesture of kindness quickly turns sour, as they insist you owe them money for something you didn't even ask for. I remember hearing from a fellow traveler named Ruth, who encountered this very scam during her vacation in Barcelona. As she paused to admire the street performers, a jovial young man approached her, gesturing to the bracelet in his hand. Before she could politely decline, it was already tied to her wrist. Despite her attempts to remove it and insist she hadn't agreed to buy it, the man became increasingly insistent about receiving payment. Feeling intimidated, Ruth ended up handing over a few euros just to be rid of the situation. It's stories like Ruth's that remind us to be mindful and to firmly but politely reject any unsolicited offers to avoid these awkward encounters. As you prepare for the next part of your journey, be wary of individuals impersonating law enforcement. These fraudsters may approach you, typically in pairs, claiming to be officers. They might present fake badges and uniforms that seem genuinely authoritative at first glance. Once they've gained your trust, they ask to see your identification and wallet, using various plausible excuses, like checking for counterfeit money or assisting in a crime investigation. In this scenario, maintaining your composure and asking to see verifiable identification while suggesting to move to a police station will often deter the imposters. Not long ago, a couple named the Whitakers had an unsettling experience in Paris. As they leisurely strolled past the striking landmarks, a pair of men in dark uniforms approached them. Speaking in broken English mixed with a French accent, these men presented badges and demanded that the Whitakers show their passports, citing a rise in tourist-related scams in the area. Advised by their daughter before their trip, the Whitakers calmly suggested visiting the nearby corner cafe to call the local embassy for verification. The men, upon realizing their ploy was unraveling, swiftly melted into the crowd, leaving the Whitakers unscathed yet wiser, a testament to vigilance and awareness when traveling. Let's imagine you're strolling through a sun-dappled plaza in an enchanting European city, soaking in the vibrant atmosphere of street performers and the aroma of fresh pastries wafting from nearby cafes. You're approached by a smiling vendor holding a beautiful rose or a sprig of local herb, offering it to you with an air of generosity. Before you know it, the flower is in your hand and the vendor is insisting on an exorbitant payment. Despite your initial refusal, they employ a tug at your heartstrings, invoking guilt, or leaning towards aggressive demands, enclosing you in an uncomfortable situation. You might feel perplexed, thinking it was a kind gesture, only to have it turn into an expensive encounter. This exact scenario played out for Courtney and her husband while they were exploring the charming streets of Florence. A friendly local handed Courtney a lovely rose as a gesture of welcome, and she graciously accepted, thinking it would make a perfect keepsake of their trip. Moments later, the same vendor was adamantly demanding a hefty sum for the flower. Feeling put on the spot and surrounded by passers-by, Courtney felt pressured to pay. The experience taught her to be more cautious of such unexpected gifts in her future travels, and now she shares her story to ensure others can protect themselves from falling into the same trap. Imagine finally arriving at that landmark or charming market you've been eager to explore, only to be met by someone telling you it's unexpectedly closed. The scam here is a common one. These individuals may appear helpful, offering to guide you to an alternative location, but it's their aim to direct you towards much pricier options, often where they receive a commission. As a savvy traveler, it's important to remember that many famous sites and popular attractions rarely close without prior notice. This means it's always a good idea to have your own backup plan and to verify any closures directly with official sources before being redirected. To avoid falling prey to this scam, arm yourself with a little research. Checking the operating hours for the places you intend to visit before your trip can be invaluable. Additionally, a quick internet search or a glance at the official website of the attraction can assure you of its status for the day. Keep in mind that trusted public transit maps or ride-sharing apps can safely guide you to the correct locations without needing to rely on the word of a stranger. When you equip yourself with knowledge and a healthy dose of skepticism, you can confidently navigate your travels without being misled by those looking to profit from misguided generosity. In this part of our journey through travel scams targeting seniors, we'll go into the treacherous waters of ATM skimming, a silent threat that can swiftly empty your bank account. Imagine you're in a quaint little town, having just enjoyed a delicious local meal. You stroll past historic landmarks, relishing in your vacation bliss, when you realize you need some cash for the charming artisan market you've just spotted nearby. You find the nearest ATM, insert your card, and go through the usual motions, unaware that just a few centimeters from your fingertips lies a cleverly hidden device, quietly capturing your card's details. Unbeknownst to many, scammers install skimming devices directly onto ATMs, reading the information on your card as it passes through, and even use tiny cameras to capture your PIN. Let's take the example of Mr. Harris, an avid traveler from Michigan, who learned about this scam the hard way during his dream trip to Italy. Drawn by the promise of an authentic Italian leather bag, he stopped by a bustling Roman square. He used an ATM that seemed as reliable as any other back home, only to find his account drained the next day. It turned out a skimmer had been expertly attached to the ATM, capturing everything needed to make fraudulent transactions. His experience serves as a stark reminder that even in idyllic locations or seasoned travelers aren't immune to such cunning deceptions. Being vigilant by inspecting the machine for unusual attachments or using well-lit, secure ATMs affiliated with recognized banks can make all the difference in safeguarding your travel funds. When navigating the vibrant streets of a bustling city, particularly popular tourist destinations, older travelers should be especially wary of the fake petition scam. It often begins with a seemingly earnest individual, usually accompanied by a clipboard and an impassioned plea for support on a local issue. Their sincerity can be disarming, and their presence can be so convincing that it's easy to pause and engage. However, as you focus on deciphering the nature of their cause, their accomplices take advantage of this temporary distraction. While your attention is diverted, they subtly rifle through your belongings, leaving you none the wiser until your valuables are long gone. Take, for instance, the unsettling experience of a lovely couple from Portland who found themselves caught in this scheme on their dream trip to Paris. As they strolled through a picturesque square, a young woman approached with a petition demanding urgent signatures for a children's charity. While the wife read through the petition, her husband felt a slight tug at his jacket pocket, but thought nothing of it at the time. It wasn't until they later sat at a cafe to enjoy a café au lait that they realized his wallet and their travel guidebook were missing. Such an encounter serves as a vivid reminder to protect your valuables and stay vigilant, no matter how sincere a stranger may seem. As you wander through picturesque streets or stand before breathtaking landmarks on your journey, you might be tempted to capture the moment with a photo. But before you hand over that camera or phone to a friendly face offering to help, be aware of the photo op scam, a newer ploy designed to catch travelers off guard. It's simple yet cunning. A seemingly nice local approaches with an offer to snap a picture on your device, only to dash off with it, leaving you without both precious memories and equipment. To protect yourself, remember to rely on your instincts and a few simple strategies. Always be cautious about who you trust with your belongings. If you find yourself wanting a shot that includes everyone in your group, look for fellow tourists, those with their own cameras or phones, who might be more trustworthy. Should you decide to ask a local, approach someone who seems anchored, like a street vendor or nearby shopkeeper. Keeping these tips in mind, you can enjoy capturing your travel adventures without worry. The aroma of authentic local cuisine fills the air, and as you scan the menu, the waiter leans in, eyes twinkling. "We have a special today," he whispers excitedly, "a dish you won't find on the menu." Tempted by the allure of exclusivity, you nod in agreement. Only later, as the bill lands on your table with a thud, does the real revelation occur. The so-called special is a financially extravagant experience, leaving a sour taste on what was a sweet adventure. This scenario played out for Marvin and Linda, a well-traveled couple who had spent countless summers exploring the historic towns of Europe. One evening, in a bustling Italian ristorante, they were beguiled by the offer of a chef's surprise. The rustic charm of the moment clouded their judgment, and they accepted with smiling eagerness. When the bill arrived, they discovered their romantic evening had turned costly due to the unlisted, overpriced special. Marvin later shared this experience with friends, urging future travelers to politely decline unlisted specials and stick to what's on the menu. As he said, the magic of a special shouldn't vanish when you see the price. Safeguard your wallet by savoring the specials you can see and calculate, allowing every bite to be a taste of joy rather than an expensive surprise. As you journey to exciting destinations, it's crucial to be aware of one crafty ruse, often employed by some taxi drivers: the tale of having no change. Imagine this scenario. After a pleasant ride, you hand over a large bill, only to hear that your driver, quite conveniently, doesn't have the means to give you the exact change. What seems like a minor inconvenience soon turns into an opportunity for them to pocket more than the agreed fare. This trick is surprisingly common, especially in bustling tourist spots where visitors are eager to hop in and out of cabs, eager to explore vibrant streets and local attractions. To protect yourself from this deceitful maneuver, preparation and vigilance are your best allies. Always try to carry smaller denominations of the local currency before hopping into a taxi. Another good practice is to discuss the fare and payment method before starting your journey. If you find yourself stuck in a situation where the driver insists on lacking change, suggest stopping by a nearby shop or kiosk to break the large bill. Your awareness and assertiveness will likely discourage any attempts to take advantage of your generosity, ensuring your travels remain as enjoyable and stress-free as you intend. As you settle into your hotel room, unwinding after a day of exploration, the phone rings. The voice on the other end sounds reassuringly professional, claiming to be from the front desk. They inform you of an issue with your credit card on file. It's imperative, they insist, to verify your details to prevent any inconvenience. Many seasoned travelers might feel compelled to cooperate, wanting to resolve the issue quickly and resume their relaxation. However, this is where caution is critical. Scammers often exploit this situation, impersonating hotel staff to harvest your sensitive financial information. Consider the experience of Mr. Thompson, a gentleman in his late 60s who embarked on a trip to Rome with his lifelong friends. On their first night, after a jubilant evening, he received a call similar to what we've just described. Thankfully, suspicion crept in, and his protective instincts took over. He politely declined to provide any details, choosing instead to visit the hotel lobby personally. There, he discovered that the front desk hadn't contacted him at all. Mr. Thompson's instinct to verify the call in person saved him from becoming another victim of the hotel desk scam. As you journey, remember to trust, but always verify. Your peace of mind and financial security are worth that extra step. Imagine this. You've just wrapped up a delightful day exploring the picturesque streets of a charming old town. You return to the car rental agency to drop off your vehicle, only to be greeted by an attendant who points out a series of dents and scratches you hadn't noticed before. The agency insists these damages occurred during your rental period, presenting you with a hefty repair bill. Such is the nature of the damaged rental scam, where agencies falsely accuse travelers of causing pre-existing damage to vehicles or equipment. These scenarios can be particularly unsettling, turning what's meant to be a leisurely trip into a stressful and costly ordeal. I once met a fellow traveler, Kelsey, while on a river cruise in Europe. She recounted her experience with a kayak rental company, where she was accused of damaging a kayak she had only used for a short afternoon paddle. The situation was complicated by language barriers, making defense a challenge. Feeling pressured, Kelsey initially considered paying. However, she remembered she had taken photos of the kayak before heading out, something she had been advised to do by a savvy travel friend. Presenting this evidence helped her avoid paying for damages she didn't cause. Her story serves as a powerful reminder. Always document your rental's condition with photos or videos before using it. Protecting yourself with a simple click can spare you both money and anxiety. Navigating a new city can be a delightful adventure, yet even seasoned travelers may encounter unexpected detours. A frequent pitfall many travelers, especially seniors, face is the unsolicited free tour guide. Ruth and George, a delightful couple from Ohio, were wandering through an enchanting cobblestone alley in Rome. They were approached by a charismatic local who offered to show them hidden gems of the city. With promises of secret spots and insider stories, the guide turned what started as an impromptu stroll into an elaborate tour. Their charming guide revealed captivating historical tales, enhancing their Roman adventure until the end of the route, where the charm evaporated into a demand for an exorbitant fee, leaving the couple feeling cornered and a little less enchanted. Such experiences can sting, especially after enjoying what seemed like a generous gesture of local hospitality. What initially appears as a benevolent offer can rapidly devolve into an uncomfortable situation with a shakedown at the end. The best safeguard is to acknowledge unsolicited offers with polite skepticism. Politely decline unexpected offers from strangers, or if interested, agree on a clear price before any tour begins. Pre-booking with reputable tour companies can also help keep your exploration delightful and free from unwanted surprises. Protect your travel memories by staying informed and practicing a bit of caution, ensuring every step of your journey remains as joyous as you deserve it to be. When exploring bustling local markets, you'll often encounter enthusiastic street vendors offering what appear to be high-end designer goods at shockingly low prices. These friendly sellers, with their charismatic smiles and too-good-to-be-true deals, can make it tempting to purchase that stylish handbag or sophisticated watch. However, it's essential to remember these items are typically counterfeit, crafted to mimic luxury brands without the quality or durability. Not only do these replicas lack the prestige of the original, but they often fall apart quickly, leaving you with a purse full of buyer's regret rather than a prized souvenir. Even more concerning is the sale of fake electronics, which present not just a waste of money, but also potential safety hazards. Non-functional gadgets might include devices that don't work as promised or worse, could pose a risk with faulty wiring or batteries. Always be cautious about the allure of impulse purchases from street vendors, and consider verifying the legitimacy of products by purchasing from reputable stores when abroad. Remember, while snagging a bargain can be thrilling, safeguarding your wallet and peace of mind is far more valuable in the long run. In the vibrant and bustling atmosphere of a popular European square, Catherine, a seasoned traveler in her 70s, found herself amidst the lively hustle when, out of nowhere, a small bundle flew towards her. Instinctively, she reached out to catch what appeared to be a baby, her heart skipping a beat. It was only a split second before she realized that the baby was nothing more than a convincingly wrapped doll. By then, the deft hands of a pickpocket had already made their move, slipping her wallet from her bag. Catherine, shaken but wise, quickly reported the incident to the local police, but it was a stark reminder of how quickly these criminals could exploit a moment's distraction. Older travelers like Catherine often become targets because of their nurturing instincts, which scammers deviously use to their advantage. This unsettling tactic, known as the baby scam, is employed in many tourist hotspots around the globe. As you travel, especially in crowded areas, always stay alert and be cautious of sudden distractions. When someone throws something at you, guard your belongings first, rather than immediately reacting to catch the thrown object. Remember, a little vigilance can go a long way in ensuring not only the safety of your possessions, but also the peace of mind to enjoy your adventures without falling prey to such cunning ruses. As you explore the world, you may encounter individuals who appear generous or helpful at first glance, but have ulterior motives. One classic ruse involves a seemingly well-intentioned passerby discovering a ring right in front of you. The person, eyes wide with feigned surprise, picks up the so-called treasure and offers it to you, suggesting it's probably valuable and that it belongs to you. When you express doubt, they graciously offer to sell it to you at a discount, claiming it's a fair deal this way. It's a trick designed to prey on your goodwill and curiosity, leaving you with a cheap trinket and a story not quite as charming as intended. A similar tale was shared by a couple named the Parkers during their trip to Paris. While admiring the Seine, they were approached by a man who found a sparkling gold ring at their feet. He insisted that such a stroke of good fortune must be shared, offering to sell them the ring for a modest price far below its supposed worth. Trusting the man's earnest demeanor and swept up by the moment, they agreed to the purchase. Later, a jeweler confirmed their suspicion. The ring was a mere replica, worth little more than the memory of the scam. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes even the most sincere-seeming discoveries may not be what they appear. As seasoned travelers, it's important to remain vigilant about a deceptive tactic known as the tipping tactic. In bustling restaurants and quaint cafes, you might be approached by seemingly friendly staff who suggest generous tips, claiming these are standard in the local culture. However, these suggestions can be misleading, often exploiting your goodwill by exaggerating tipping norms. This tactic may catch even the wisest traveler off guard, especially when visiting a new destination where tipping customs are unfamiliar. By understanding this ploy, you guard yourself against unintentionally overpaying. Stick to your research on local customs or consult reputable guides to ensure your tipping etiquette aligns with real practices. Remember, tipping should always complement good service, not be coerced by suggestive staff. A lovely couple, Henry and Margaret, well into their golden years of traveling adventures, found themselves enjoying a delightful dinner overlooking the canals of Amsterdam. The waiter, with a charming smile, casually mentioned that a common practice among diners was to tip generously due to high service standards. Feeling gracious, Henry obliged with a substantial tip. Later, back at their hotel, they struck up a conversation with a fellow traveler who informed them that tipping in the Netherlands is typically modest, usually just rounding up the bill. Though they enjoyed the evening and appreciated the service, Henry and Margaret learned a valuable lesson about checking local norms in advance and trusting their instincts when something doesn't quite add up. As you enjoy exploring bustling streets or peaceful temples, be on the lookout for individuals dressed as monks or claiming mystical powers. These so-called holy men or fortune tellers often approach travelers with an inviting smile and a promise of spiritual blessings or enlightening readings. Their garb and gentle demeanor can easily make them seem authentic and trustworthy, which is exactly where the charm lies. They might offer you a blessing, a charm, or an insight into your future, and before you know it, you're caught in a web designed to give them access to your wallet. While the experience may initially feel genuine, the moment monetary demands come up, you can be sure it's part of a broader scam targeting unsuspecting tourists. To protect yourself, kindly acknowledge their offering, but feel no obligation to engage. A simple, polite decline is often the best defense. Should you choose to participate out of curiosity, ensure you are clear about any costs beforehand. Keep in mind that genuine religious practitioners usually do not expect payment for blessings. Staying vigilant and respectfully declining can save you from unwanted stress and financial loss. Remember, your wonderful journey does not need a price-tagged fortune to be a fulfilling one. Your experiences and memories are the true treasures. In your travels, you may encounter the currency switch scam, a deceitful tactic where cashiers swap out your larger bills with smaller ones, then claim you've underpaid. This can catch even the most experienced travelers off guard, turning a pleasant day into a frustrating ordeal. Picture this: you're in the hustle and bustle of a charming local market, finally picking out that perfect handcrafted souvenir. As you hand over a large bill to the vendor, they swiftly switch it with a smaller denomination behind the counter's edge, insisting you paid less. Left puzzled and without proof, you may find yourself reluctantly handing over more money to salvage the purchase. To protect yourself from falling victim to this crafty con, it's crucial to remain vigilant whenever exchanging cash. One savvy traveler, Barbara, learned this lesson all too well during a long-awaited trip to Italy. She had stopped at a quaint cafe to savor her first authentic Italian espresso. When the barista informed her she had given a 5 instead of a 50, Barbara was sure there was a mix-up. Luckily, drawing from years of advice shared between fellow travelers, she had developed the habit of clearly announcing the denomination of her bills as she handed them over, saying something like, "Here's a 50. When she calmly echoed these words back to the barista and stood her ground, the act was dropped and her payment was accepted. Adopt this simple precaution and you too can enjoy peace of mind knowing you're one step ahead of potential mischief makers lurking behind a counter. Beware of the spilled drink scam, a clever diversion tactic that aims to distract even the most vigilant traveler. Here's how it goes. You're leisurely sipping a coffee at an outdoor cafe, soaking in the ambiance of a quaint European street. Suddenly, a passerby accidentally douses your table with a drink, offering profuse apologies as they clumsily try to clean up the mess. It's a commotion, a flurry of activity that momentarily draws all attention away from your belongings. But here's where the real mischief happens. While you're focused on the spilled drink, an unseen accomplice has the perfect opportunity to relieve you of your wallet or smartphone. One seasoned traveler, Elaine, recently shared her encounter in a bustling plaza in Barcelona. She was enjoying an afternoon gelato when a chaotic spill occurred right next to her. An apologetic stranger helped with the cleanup, and in the frenzy, Elaine didn't notice her handbag's zipper quietly tugged open. It wasn't until she reached for her sunglasses a few moments later that she realized her wallet was missing. Such scams capitalize on the instinct to assist or engage with the unfolding scene. So, keep a watchful eye on your possessions, and don't hesitate to move your bag to a secure position before addressing any sudden mishaps. Stay aware, and you'll outsmart those who underestimate your savvy. Imagine strolling through a charming foreign city, when suddenly a well-dressed individual approaches, flashes a badge, and claims to be a police officer. They inform you of a minor law you've allegedly broken, such as littering or jaywalking, and insist on an immediate fine to avoid further consequences. This unnerving scenario may catch you off guard, especially in unfamiliar surroundings where the nuances of local laws are unknown. Targets of this scam, particularly older travelers, often feel pressured to comply to swiftly end what seems to be a potentially alarming situation. It's important to remember that real officers rarely, if ever, handle fines and cash on the spot. To protect yourself, remain calm and respectful, but ask for identification and ensure you are speaking with a genuine authority figure. It's perfectly acceptable to suggest heading to a nearby police station to verify the situation. Most importantly, refrain from handing over any money or sensitive information. Knowing this technique is your first line of defense. Staying alert and informed will help you enjoy your travels with confidence and peace of mind. Remember, protecting yourself can be as simple as trusting your instincts and maintaining a healthy skepticism in these encounters abroad. Let's now address the world of modern and digital scams, a rapidly evolving landscape where the convenience and connectivity of technology can sometimes become a double-edged sword, especially for seniors. From the enchanting yet deceptive romance scams on dating apps, to the chilling intricacies of AI voice cloning, and from the enticing allure of fake travel deals on social media to the hidden dangers of public charging stations, we're about to uncover the sinister side of technology. Romance scams have become a prevalent threat, particularly targeting those who may be new to online platforms, like some of our seasoned travelers. These scams often start innocently, with someone reaching out via a dating app or social media platform. They're charming, attentive, and seemingly sincere, sweeping you off your feet with genuine-sounding conversations and shared interests. Weeks or months pass, and a bond forms, or at least the illusion of one. Just when trust appears to be at its peak, your charming new companion fabricates a distressing travel situation. They're stuck abroad with a medical emergency or facing an unexpected crisis, and they shyly ask for help, preying on the emotional connection and concern they've nurtured. Consider the story of Elaine, an enthusiastic retiree who met a captivating gentleman named Richard through a popular online dating site. Their relationship blossomed quickly, filled with shared laughter through hours of conversation about travel. One day, Richard told Elaine he was in Europe for business when he encountered a sudden legal issue. Stranded and desperate, he pleaded for her help. Feeling a profound sense of duty to assist the man she believed she knew, Elaine sent the money. Sadly, Richard vanished as quickly as he had appeared, and Elaine was left heartbroken and financially hit. This harrowing situation underscores the importance of vigilance and skepticism in the realm of virtual romances, reminding us all to keep our hearts open, but our wits sharper. In today's digital world, social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram are teeming with enticing travel deals too good to resist. These promotions often promise deeply discounted getaways, luxurious accommodations, and even all-expense-paid trips in an effort to captivate eager travelers. However, what often lurks behind the shimmering banners and sponsored posts are scams designed to snatch your personal and financial information. Once you click on these alluring offers, you may be redirected to fake websites that mimic legitimate booking portals, prompting you to enter sensitive details or make direct payments. It's a web of deceit spun precisely to trap unwary seniors who may be planning their dream vacations. Take Helen and Robert, a seasoned traveling couple from Chicago, who found themselves captivated by a social media promo offering an 8-day Mediterranean cruise at a fraction of the usual cost. Lured by the promise of visiting iconic destinations, they filled in their personal details and sent a deposit to secure their spots. A few days later, Helen reviewed her credit card statement only to find unfamiliar charges piling up. The supposed cruise company ceased all communication, leaving them not just monetarily lighter, but also cautious and mistrustful of future online deals. This sobering experience is a reminder of the importance of vigilance and verifying the authenticity of travel deals before taking the plunge. Throughout your travels, you may come across apps that promise unbeatable travel deals or personalized guide services. While these offers might seem tempting, they could be disguising a dark secret, malicious software designed to steal your personal information. Downloading such apps can lead to breaches in your security, risking sensitive data like credit card numbers and even personal identity information. Just as a well-meaning traveler named Bert discovered on his trip to Italy, a friendly-looking app appeared to offer fantastic discounts on local attractions. Enthusiastically, he downloaded it, only to find later that his credit card had been compromised. Bert's relaxing vacation quickly turned into a stressful ordeal, reminding us all of the importance of caution when downloading unfamiliar apps. Halting the download of any new app until it has been thoroughly vetted is crucial. Check for reviews from other users and ensure it's developed by a reputable source. A moment of patience and diligence can save a lot of headaches later. As a rule of thumb, always use trusted platforms like Google Play or the Apple App Store, which have stringent measures to limit harmful apps. Many senior travelers are now using technology to enhance their trips, and while this can be hugely beneficial, it's wise to stay informed about potential dangers like malicious app downloads. As you navigate the expansive digital world, remember that your information is invaluable and should be protected with the utmost care. As technology keeps evolving, so do the tactics employed by scammers, particularly when it comes to digital privacy. A popular tool many travelers use to keep their online activity secure is a virtual private network, or VPN. However, not all VPNs are created equal, and some are outright fraudulent. Fake VPNs have surfaced as modern-day tricksters, making false promises of safeguarding your data while secretly mining personal information. These deceptive services often lure users with glossy advertisements and tempting offers promising complete privacy, when, in reality, they are gateways for data theft. For seniors who frequently travel and rely on the internet for communication and information, the risk is even more pronounced. It's essential to be cautious and research thoroughly before subscribing to any VPN service. Opt for well-reviewed, reputable providers and cross-check with trusted sources to ensure legitimacy. Stay vigilant about any VPN offering that seems suspiciously inexpensive or lacks verifiable credentials. Remember, your data's safety while exploring the world shouldn't be compromised, and being well-informed is your best armor against such scams. When you're out exploring the world, your smartphone is often your trusty guide, capturing memories, navigating new cities, and keeping you connected with loved ones. But when your battery runs low, be cautious about where you recharge. Public charging stations may seem like a convenient solution, but they may hide a modern trap known as juice jacking. This scam involves tampered USB ports specifically designed by cybercriminals to access your personal information while you charge your device. Knowing this, be wary of plugging into unfamiliar charging ports in airports, malls, or any public places. Instead, consider carrying a portable charger or using your own plug, which are safer alternatives. This precaution helps ensure that your device remains secure and your information stays private. Always stay alert and protect your digital life just as you would your physical belongings while enjoying your travels. Keep in mind these vital tips. Always research your destinations thoroughly, trust your instincts, and don't hesitate to ask questions or seek help when something feels off. And remember, if you found this information useful, give us a thumbs up, share it with fellow travelers to spread the wisdom, and subscribe to our channel for more insights on safe and enjoyable journeys. If you would like more wonderful content, check out this video where we talked about 7 travel hacks seniors can't afford to miss.